Howdy folks, Charlie here from Christmas on Crestline. Thanks for tuning in to a product review episode. We're continuing our journey about outdoor lights. We're summertime lights, springtime lights. There are a lot of lights out there that are neat and will really make your backyard, your pergola, your gazebo, your picnic area, your campsite area so much more neat, so much more eye-catching. We're going to review those products for you. Today, we're going to talk about the Quntis vintage light bulb. It's 101 feet, it's IP65 rated, it's tint proof, so this thing will never yellow. We can leave it out all year long and the vintage light bulb will never fade to yellow. We're going to do a quick unboxing and we're going to get into the specs of these, and then we're going to hang them up and see what they look like in my yard. Tuned to the end of the video. Got new Patreon supporters. Yay! New Patreon supporters, and they get discount codes. They get unboxings. Today is a special day because this company, Quntis, has asked me to do an unboxing as part of the review. This was provided to me free of charge for an honest review. I only give honest reviews. If I don't like something, I have no problem saying I don't like it. I don't know if I'm going to like this yet or not. We're going to get into that right now. All right, let's see what we got here inside this box. LED filament, string lights, IP65 waterproof, 30 lamp holder, 32 bulbs, 50 lumens, 101 feet long. Let's see what we got in here. Well, we got some lights, don't we? Got a bag of lights. Okay, got a bag of lights, and they come. Okay, looks like there's maybe two strings here if they're plugged in. Could just be plugged into one another. What else we have in the box here? Simple instructions right there, okay. Looks like we got two replacement bulbs, okay. Two replacement bulb covers. We've got some zip ties. And here we have a thank you card. That's nice of them. That's a whole mess of lights. Let's get these all laid out and see what they look like. If you're watching this video to find out if you want these lights, where do you plan on hanging them? Is it in your backyard? Is it in your garden? Is it in your gazebo? Where do you plan on hanging them? And if you already have retro or vintage lights, how do you like them? All right, 101 feet, 30 bulbs. Let's plug them in before we hang them to make sure they all work. Remember, before you permanently install any patio lights or any lights really, always test them and make sure they work. It's much easier to fix any burnout bulbs that come in the box prior to permanently installing them. Another solution for you, if you run across a problem like, I'd love to get patio lights, Charlie, but I don't have any exterior outlets. I don't have anywhere to plug them in outside. An easy fix to that is to change out your light fixture to a GFCI outlet. So this has two GFCI outlets on its side where we're going to plug these into here in just a second. But that is one easy solution for you to get more outlets outside without having to do any electrical work or hire an electrician. I'll leave the link to that video up here. Let's get these bad boys plugged in to see if they all work right out of the box. There we go. You know what, while we walk the yard here real quick to make sure that they all work. All right, the lights all work right out of the box, which is always a good thing. We had a windstorm take out our pergola, but the frame of it was left standing. So I also left that standing with the intention of hanging vintage patio lights from my house to the pergola frame. I have here ceiling hooks. I got two different weights. I got one that'll hold up to a 25-pound weight and one that'll hold up to a 40-pound weight. I imagine both will be fine, but you always want to have that little extra secure ability if you can. So I'm gonna get this hanging some lights and let's see what these bad boys look when it gets dark tonight. Don't be surprised when you wind these up like Christmas lights that they will get tangled like Christmas lights. All right, took a little bit longer than what I expected, but that's okay. I love the fact that these things are actually shatterproof, because I don't know how many times I dropped them on the cement, so good job you. Biggest right now, the biggest cons I have is they tangle like they're Christmas lights. They're tangled right out of the box. They're just kind of in this glob of togetherness. I love the fact that I'm sitting up there, they're LED. They're not getting hot on me. They're warm white as opposed to cool white. Cool white absolutely has its place, and I use it all the time. But for me, ambiance lighting needs to be warm white. It sets the mood. It gets you get your creative juices flowing. It sets the mood for conversation more than cool white does. Okay, here's a bird's eye view from the roof. These are IP65 rated, which means I can leave them out here all year long. They're dust proof. They're waterproof. The tint on these bulbs, UV resistant, so these will never yellow like a lot of plastic will. These will always stay the same color they are, because that is how they are built. It did come with 2 replacement bulbs and 2 replacement filaments, as well as some zip ties. I chose not to use the zip ties today because I wanted more of a tight line, and I did use these ceiling hooks. This is 101 feet of cord, but only 30 bulbs. You can see here I did not get complete coverage of where my pergola used to be, and that's fine. You know why? Because you can hook up 25 of these bad boys together before you have any issues with too much electricity. Let's talk price for a second. How much do these bad boys cost, and where can you pick them up? Well, there are 2 versions. I have the largest one. The smallest one is a 53-foot version. That cost $53. This 101-foot version cost $88. Both are available on the Quntis store on Amazon. Link is in the description below. Let's let it get dark, and I'll give you some footage of what it looks like at night. The lights are all up. Shout out time. Now, shout out to Braden Stewart. Braden came on our Patreon. He went to patreon.com. He typed in Christmas on Crestline, and he came on as a $3 a month supporter. Braden is right here from Wichita, Kansas, and is a long-time supporter of Christmas on Crestline, and is a long-time holiday decorator. And because he came on as a Patreon supporter at the $3 level, he automatically gets our ringtone from Zedge for free, which is nice. So thank you, Braden, for being a Patreon supporter. Up next, our newest Patreon supporter, Carl Kiwi Christmas Savage. Carl came on as a $5 a month supporter, and because he crossed that $5 threshold, he gets his name shouted out. Carl Savage! Carl Savage of Kiwi Christmas, who hails from the country of New Zealand. Carl, huge on Facebook, huge, getting ready to be huge on YouTube, just started his YouTube channel, but uses Facebook to sell all of his creations, sleighs, reindeer, well known for his teddy bear Ferris wheel. Very proficient at making his own props. Thank you so much to both you, Braden, and to Carl, for coming on and being part of our Patreon family. And because they are Patreon family members, we have a surprise guest coming on to the show here for our Christmas in July extravaganza. The executive producer of the Great Christmas Light Fight, now in its 10th season on ABC, will be coming on to Christmas on Crestline for our extravaganza series. And because they are Patreon members, they get to submit a question to ask the executive producers of the show for that interview. So thank you so much, gentlemen, for being a part of our family. I think they came out very, very nice. They are giving out some bright light out here, folks. I highly recommend these. These are dang neat, and they give off a ton of light. It's 10 o'clock at night right now. The sun's been down for a few hours, well, a couple hours. It's summertime, or almost summertime. Thank you so much for watching today's review. I'm Charlie. I'll see you in the next video. Yeah. those lines were not straight. I'm gonna redo it. Just 1 second.